Hello, beautiful people. Day two of recording these. Like I said in my last video, these videos are just gonna be videos that I make to supplement my other videos, and I don't expect a lot of people to watch them, but I do enjoy making them because I believe they're more intimate than my other videos, right? And I'm just sitting out here, taking in everything around me, taking in nature. And like I was saying yesterday, I feel like we should really go back to being one with nature, right? Reconnecting with nature. And I'm out here and I'm thinking we take a lot of things for granted. Like look around me. Look around me, right? Look around me. How could you not appreciate the beauty that is all around us? And I feel like a lot of us were brought up to, in a sense, not appreciate the small things of life. We spend so much time chasing after the extravagance and we really miss out on the beauty that is all around us. We really miss out on a large aspect of living and enjoying life, right? And oftentimes the simple things are really the best things. They really are. And I guess today I want to talk about why you should enjoy your own company, why you should do things on your own. So I was a person who, in a sense, I hated doing certain things on my own, right? I enjoy my company, right? I'll sit in my house and I'll read a book, watch a TV show, just enjoy my own company, right? But when it comes on to certain things, because I'm not the most social person, I don't really like doing them by myself. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to that, right? When it comes on to being by yourself in environments that you're comfortable in, like your home, it's quite easy to do things and enjoy your own company. But when it comes on to certain things, it becomes more difficult for us to do by ourselves because, we're not used to doing them, right? We feel out of place by ourselves. And the other day, I was sitting down and this thought came to my mind. And the thought said, I should go see a movie, right? And at the time, the Sinners movie just came out, you know. So the thought came into my mind, and I'm like, see a movie by myself, because I'm gonna be honest, like it's not something that I've ever done by myself. Like I've never said that I was gonna see a movie by myself, and I went and did it, because if it kind of feels awkward, like when you walk in, you see everybody with someone else, you see everybody with their family or with their spouse or partner or whatever. So it can kind of be a little bit awkward just to be there by yourself, but my intuition was driving me to do it. And like I said before, certain environments I'm not used to being by myself in. And so at first, I kind of felt repulsed and I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. Like, I was thinking how people are going to look at me a certain type of way, or people are going to think of me sitting down in a movie theater by myself, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. So I went and I got the ticket for the movie. I went in. The movie theater wasn't that packed, because I went to see the movie kind of late. And if you watch the Sinners movie, let me know. Let me know what y'all think. I feel like I would rate the movie a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10 for the movie in general. But when it comes on to the symbolism or whatever, I feel like I would give it a 10 because it's a very deep movie. Like I really enjoy the symbolism and so on and so forth. But as a movie itself, I don't know. I don't think it was the greatest movie, and I'm probably gonna get criticized for this, but I feel like it was kind of overrated. That's what I think. I really do believe it was kind of overrated. So, like I said, I went into the theater, kind of felt awkward by myself, but I sat down and I enjoyed the entire experience. And when the movie was finished, the only thing that was in my mind was, this wasn't so bad after all. Like, I really enjoyed going to the movies and seeing the movies by myself. Like, I really did enjoy it. And I believe that a lot of times we believe that we need to be in the company of other people to, in a sense, do certain things, right? A lot of us are so confined to our comfort zone that when it comes on to doing things that we wouldn't usually do, we feel out of place doing them. But I'm realizing that one of the best things you can do is to enjoy your own company. One of the best things you can do is to do things by yourself, right? You don't need someone around you to enjoy your own company. You don't need someone around you to, in a sense, enjoy life, right? Because a lot of us were taught that we need someone, we need a partner, we need a spouse, we need friends to enjoy our own company. And in a sense, we never truly get out there and do things on our own. And I feel like one of the best things you can do is to just start living and start enjoying your own company. And so once I finished the movie, I said to myself, this is something that I would do again. Like, I would genuinely, go watch a movie every week or every 2 weeks and just, you know, enjoy being by myself, right? Enjoy being in the company of myself. And I think in some ways, it strengthens the bond that you have with yourself. I feel like most of us are so codependent, right? We're so codependent and we rely on the company of other people to, in a sense, experience life. We believe that we need somebody to make us feel good, make us feel whole. We need someone to be there for us to feel as if we're someone, right? And that's one of the worst things you can do. One of the worst things you can do is to rely on someone else to give you that feeling of feeling like you're complete. And don't get me wrong, having people around you is wonderful. Like, when you're with somebody that you really connect with, when you're with people that you really enjoy being around, it's a beautiful feeling. But what about the times when you have no one around you? What about the times when you're alone and you're by yourself, right? What happens then? If you always need somebody to enjoy your own company, what happens when you have no one around you? I feel like a lot of us, the reason why we feel so lonely when we're alone is because we haven't truly been taught to enjoy our own solitude, right? That's one of the biggest reasons. And I think our comfort zone as well is a huge thing. As a person that lived my life in my comfort zone, I can tell you it can really rob you of a large aspect of your life. Like, being confined to your comfort zone and being afraid of doing certain things because you fear how people are gonna look at you, you fear what people are gonna think of you, you fear being awkward, you fear being, out of place. That can hamper a large aspect of your life. Like, I'm out here right now, right? And I know people are kind of looking at me probably crazy, or it's just in my probably just in my mind recording a video um, by myself. But every day more and more, I'm learning to just not give a fuck, right? Not care about what people think of you. If you always live and you live and you only and you care about what people think of you, then you're not truly going to live life on your terms. You're gonna always live and confine yourselves and restrict yourself because you're always thinking, what is this some person gonna think of me, right? And I live my life like that for a long while, but I'm learning every day to just not give a fuck. To just do the things that you wanna do. Because like I said before, people are gonna have their opinions of you. People are gonna say what they want to say, right? People are gonna voice their opinions, you know, people are gonna judge. But the truth is that people never truly see you for who you are. They see you as they are, right? And so what's the point of you going through life and always looking, for people's validation or living your life based on people's words? What's the point if no one truly sees the real you, right? I don't know. I feel like I made a lot of growth this year. At the start of the year, I sort of identified a lot of things that I needed to change or work on about myself. And that's the beauty of life. There's always something for you to work on. There's always an aspect of yourself that you need to face and grow. And one of the things that I said to myself at the start of the year was that I'm going to do things outside my comfort zone. I'm going to do things that I wouldn't usually do. Whether it be to go out by myself, enjoy my own company, find things that I like to do, and just do them by myself. Or I'm going to put myself in positions or situations that I would normally feel awkward in. And that's something that I've been working on all year. And trust me when I tell you, it's scary at first, but over time, you kind of start liking it. Like I said, when I watched the Sinners movie, I was like, damn, like I love this. I even was telling my sister that this is something that I'm going to start doing. Just doing things in the company of myself to strengthen the relationship that I have with myself. At the end of the day, the main relationship that you have is the one that you have with yourself. People are gonna come into your life and they're gonna leave. You're probably gonna lose people. But the only constant in life, the only common denominator in every aspect of this thing that we call life is you. So if you don't enjoy being by yourself, if you don't enjoy in your own company, then you're always going to sort of be a puppet. You're always gonna feel, in a sense, lonely and depressed whenever you're not with someone else, right? You're always going to be codependent. And a person that is codependent is easily manipulated. A person that's codependent will settle for just anybody coming into their lives. I feel like when you live, right? When you live and you really do enjoy being by yourself, you don't see people as your primary source of happiness. What I mean by that is most people go through life and they're looking for someone to make them happy without realizing that happiness comes from within. People can add to your happiness, right? People can, in a sense, bring more joy and happiness into your life, but your happiness has to come from you. And that's why it's so important to do things by yourself, to enjoy your own company, to strengthen the relationship that you have with yourself. Right? You don't want to go through life being codependent. No. You know? The way I started seeing things is quite remarkable. I feel like every day the more I live and the more I grow, I truly start appreciating myself more, right? I think a lot of us we're so stuck on the things that we perceive as flaws. We're so stuck on the things that we don't like about ourselves, and we never truly take the time to discover the depths of who we are, to truly discover the things that make us unique, the things that make us stand out, because we're so tunnel vision on the things that we sort of see as flaws, or the things that we don't like about ourselves, right? And the more I learn more about myself, the more I love myself more, right? The more I appreciate about myself. Like I literally, since the past 2 years, I started just appreciating being me. And that's what life is about. Like if you live life and you never truly get to a point in which you appreciate yourself, then are you truly living? Right? Life truly begins at your ability to love the person that you see in the mirror, to appreciate the person that you wake up to every day. Sure, you can wake up to a lover, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. You can wake up to your family, but you know the person you're always gonna wake up to every single day, for every step of the day, for every single second of the day, you. That's the person you're gonna wake up to. And you don't want to wake up to that person and have a bad relationship with that person. Nope. You want to wake up and you want to appreciate you. You want to love you. I think it was Nietzsche that said, our second life starts when we realize that we only have one. But I twisted it and I said, our second life begins once we realize that we haven't been loving ourselves correctly. We haven't been appreciating ourselves correctly. We haven't been nurturing the relationship that we have with ourselves correctly. That's surely when life begins, at least for me. You can live and you can, in a sense, be a robot going through life. But I think the moment once you begin to start appreciating yourself is the moment you're going to choose you every step of your life, in the sense that if you desire having this thing or going for this dream job or dream career or dream business, once you begin to love yourself more, you're going to say to yourself, I want what's best for me. And since I love myself, I'm going to go for everything that I want in this world. Once you begin to love yourself, you no longer entertain toxic bullshit as well. Once you really love yourself, you're only going to allow people into your life who are an addition to your life. People who, in a sense, add good things to your life. People who bring joy, happiness, peace into your life, who add to the happiness, joy, and peace that you already have for yourself. Because you're not looking for someone to give you those things. You're just looking for someone not to disrupt those things and to add to them. Right? Be an addition to your life. Because people can only be either an addition or a liability. There's no in between. But how are you gonna, in a sense, only allow people like that if you hate yourself? If you hate yourself, you're always going to be looking to people to validate you, people to tell you you're good enough. But once you love yourself from here, once your self love comes from here, they no longer have that power over you. And that's the beauty of loving yourself. But to really love yourself, or to get to that place in which you love yourself, you have to enjoy being in the company of yourself. You have to enjoy being by yourself. You have to enjoy doing things by yourself, being in your own solitude, going within yourself. That's where self love begins. So if you're watching this, start going out, do things that you like, find hobbies that you enjoy. And if you have no one to do them with, do them by yourself. And even if you have someone to do them with, still do them by yourself, you know? Because being in your own company is gonna teach you so much about yourself. And being by yourself is how you nourish the relationship with yourself. It's how you go within and heal even certain scars that you're carrying, certain traumas that you're carrying. Once you realize that you haven't been missing anything at all and everything that you need is already within you, and that only has to come through solitude. That only has to come through being by yourself. Even if you think about it, even the great masters, people who walk this earth and set a precedent for how we're not really or supposed to live, but more so what living looks like. The Buddha, Jesus, you know, the great masters, Krishna, all of them, to some degree, they had to endure a period of their lives in which they were by themselves. They were, in a sense, enjoying their own solitude. The Buddha became enlightened, under a Bodhi tree by himself. I think Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness by himself, right? These great people knew the importance of solitude, knew the importance of being by themselves. And that's why they embodied so much love, so much joy, because they realized that they had the source within them. The source was always here. They didn't need anything outside of themselves because they have the entire world right here. So, yeah, start enjoying being in your own company. Find things that you like doing. Go out in nature by yourself. If you like the movies, go to the movies by yourself. Start doing things by yourself. Because life truly does begin at your ability to, not to, in a sense, be alone and enjoy that solitude. That's where life truly begins. So, yeah, hopefully I'll have a good day. Like I said, get outside, man. Enjoy life. And I'm probably gonna start like going to random parks. Um, this is a small one near a university, but there's like some different ones that I know of that I'm gonna just like you know explore. So peaceful. Like even the breeze, it's kind of humid out here, but even when the breeze touches my skin, it feels wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I don't want to make this a long video, but I appreciate you guys for watching. If you made it this far, and like I said, find things that you like doing. Go out by yourself. Enjoy your own company, because that truly is going to build the relationship that you have with yourself. You don't need people. People are nice to have, but you don't need them because you already have everything that you need right here. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and blessings.